So the Euro 2020 competition has been around for quite a few days now, and we're approaching a very exciting time in the competition as we get closer to the knockout stages. So let's look at how the teams are positioned after round 2. At this stage, the 24 teams that were divided into 6 groups have played 2 games. So in this video, we are going to look at how each of the teams has fared and what the prediction is for the knockout stages based on the current standings in each of the groups. After the first 2 rounds, the teams can have either a maximum of 6 points or a minimum of 0. So let's look at where each of the teams lies in each of these categories. There's only 3 teams that have managed to get maximum points with 2 victories out of their first 2 games. And they are Belgium, Italy, and the Netherlands. The teams that have managed to win 1 game and draw the other with 4 points are Wales, Czech Republic, England, Sweden, and France. All of these teams are in good form and they're very likely to go deep. The next category here are the teams with 3 points. That means 1 win and 1 loss. And they are Russia, Finland, Ukraine, Austria, Slovakia, Germany, and Portugal. And then we have Spain with 2 points, having drawn both their games. All of the teams in this category need to improve significantly, but at the same time they are very likely to progress at this stage. Of these teams, Germany and Portugal in particular have been in a very tough group, so you could cut them some slack, and they are 2 teams that usually improve as they progress in the competition. The teams with 1 point that have drawn their game and lost the other are Switzerland, Croatia, Scotland, Poland, and Hungary. And then we have teams that have lost both their games, which are Turkey, Denmark, and Macedonia. All of these teams in this category are unlikely to progress at this stage, and the last game in the group stages is their absolute last chance to get something out of the tournament. Amongst these teams, Switzerland and Croatia are best placed in 3rd place in each of their groups. So if anybody can do something about their tournaments and recover their positions, it's them. But the draw for the knockout stages isn't based on how many points you have. It's actually based on your standing within your groups, where the first and the second position teams automatically qualify and the 4 best 3rd place teams qualify as well. So let's look at which teams are progressing in what spots based on the current standings. So teams like Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, Czech Republic, Sweden, and France are currently top of their groups and they will automatically qualify. So they will take the first 6 spots in the knockout stages. They will be joined by Wales, England, Russia, Ukraine, Slovakia, and Germany, who occupy the 2nd position in each of their groups based on the current standings. And then they will be joined by 4 of the best 3rd place teams. So UEFA have managed to really complicate the 3rd place team draw. So depending on which groups the 4 teams are in, the fixtures for the knockout stages are determined accordingly. So based on the current standings, it's going to be Finland, Austria, Portugal, and Spain that'll be the best 3rd place teams to progress. And they make up the round of 16. So let's look at the round of 16 fixtures and try to quickly determine based on current form who's best positioned to win. Between Belgium and Portugal, based on current form, Belgium should comfortably win that game. It's a similar story between Italy and Ukraine. Based on current form, Italy have been tactically superior against most teams, so they should comfortably win that one. Between France and Finland, Finland have impressed quite a bit, but France usually get better in the tournament. So it would be a tight game, but we could assume that France edges that. England and Slovakia would be a tight contest, but probably England would end up better team over the course of 90 minutes. Sweden have impressed quite a bit in the tournament so far, so they should be able to handle Austria in the round of 16. Between Czech Republic and Germany, it would be a tough contest, but I think we would expect Germany to come out top in that one. The next fixture, Netherlands and Spain, would really be down to which Spain team shows up. So far in the competition, Spain have not impressed at all, and against the Netherlands teams full of potential, it would be very tough for Spain to get anything out of it. And finally, between Wales and Russia, Wales are in really good form, so I think we would expect Wales to beat Russia in that game. So now let's get to the quarterfinal draw. Between Belgium and Italy, this is going to be a really close game, something that is very hard to predict. Most pundits have said that Belgium or Italy are favorites to win the competition. Honestly, I can't choose between them at this stage, so we're gonna keep it at either Belgium or Italy progressing. Between France and England, usually France does very well in later stages in knockout tournaments, so we're gonna give it to France at that stage. Finally, between Sweden and Germany, Germany would probably have the upper hand there, and the Sweden side is quite predictable. Between Netherlands and Wales, we would have to give it to Netherlands as they're a young team full of potential, and Wales would pretty much be happy with progression up until the quarterfinals. That would be a successful tournament for them. Now looking at the semi-finals between Belgium, Italy and France, it's hard to say that anyone can bet against Belgium, Italy at this stage. So they would progress and they would probably meet Netherlands in the final. And finally, like I said, it's very hard to bet against Belgium or Italy at this stage. So if the final did come down to one of them versus Netherlands, I'm expecting Belgium or Italy to come out tops. Based on current form, based on how the qualifiers went, it's really hard to see any other team other than Belgium or Italy winning the competition at this stage. But you never know. The knockout stages always bring out the best in a lot of teams and a lot of unpredictability, especially when the games go to penalty shootouts. So I hope you liked this video. Based on current standings, this is how the round of 16 will shape up. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, and share your predictions. Who do you think is going to go all the way in the Euro 2020 competition?